Hey, podcast listening people, Connor Doobie here. Happy Marketing Mentors Monday to you all. I appreciate you joining me live today. Stick around till the end. I have a free gift for you. Let's roll. Okay, all right. I admit I'm not perfect all the time. I was muted in the first section and I just realized it after I hit play. So I'll repeat what I said for you. Hello, podcast listening people. Happy Marketing Mentorship Monday to you. This is B2B Mentors. I appreciate you being here and I am excited to see you here live. And for those of you that are watching after the fact, I'm here every single day at 5:30 Mountain Standard Time, hopefully unmuted for the most part, so you can actually hear what I'm saying, because that'd be pretty good, right? I don't know if it generates subtitles. Probably not, because it's not picking up the audio, but that would be pretty cool, and that would be a savior for me, because as young as I am, I'm not as tech savvy as I may appear to be. So grateful to be here with you guys. Don't forget, you can find the audio version to all of my recordings on all the podcast apps. So if you go to iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, you name it, you just look up B2B Mentors and you will find us there. Make sure you subscribe. There we go. On all your favorite apps. Today, I want to talk to you about exploding. How do you explode your marketing with less employees, right? I think we found over the past maybe year, like when the pandemic happened and a lot of companies had to lay off employees, I think all of us in many different areas of business have found that there's a lot of redundancies when you start to get bloated, right, with your staff. And I've found that it happens a lot in marketing departments too. I mean, there's marketing departments of 5 that could operate even more effectively with 2. There's marketing departments with 25, with 200 that could be more lean, mean, and effective. So I've seen this time and time again. I've I've advised a lot of companies as chief marketing officer at Active Blogs and really as a marketing advisor overall. And I've seen just a lot of times where there's a lot of tasks that are happening in marketing that you can be much more effective and grow by getting rid of the redundancies, getting rid of the overhead, getting rid of the things that are costing more time and effort and money, and being able to reallocate a lot of that time, money, and effort towards more fruitful endeavors in the world of marketing. It's Monday. I can't talk today, baby, but let's go anyways. Listen, if you guys are enjoying this, make sure you like it. Make sure you comment. Love to hear your thoughts. And if you want to connect, you've been seeing me go live. You're like, hey, this dude seems pretty interesting. DM me. Love to network. Love to meet with you. And so, number one, how do you remove the bloat? Like, how do you make moves towards exploding your marketing this year with less staff and less overhead? Well, the first thing you really need to do is identify where you're at and remove the fluff. So if you're taking notes, get rid of the fluff. But first you have to actually identify what the fluff is. And here's an example of this. You may be doing many number of different campaigns. And I can guarantee you that there's stuff you've been doing for years, for months on end, and have not seen positive trajectory or results from it. And so therefore, maybe you're keeping staff on those tasks. Maybe you're keeping various contractors on those tasks. And so before you even look at like exploding into other areas and diving in to investing heavier into other areas, what can you eliminate in the very beginning? What are those campaigns that are just kind of passively running in the background? And maybe we're just really doing it because our leadership team, our executives, our chief marketing officer, right? If you're in another role in marketing and you're watching this and your CMO directs all of this, there's probably some things that you can get rid of. I've seen many times where you're trying to do everything, right? We need to be on Facebook. We need to be on Instagram. We need to be on YouTube. And none of those, your spread's so thin. We need to be effective with our email campaigns. We got to do paid ads. We got to do SEO and we got to do our content. But you're spreading yourself out so much that none of those things are really focused on and they're being improved upon. You just have a body there to fulfill whatever tasks, right? Some companies have one person in one position just to post content. And then you have a whole nother employee to write the content. And then you have a whole separate employee to do the graphics or to, run the ads and monitor the ads, right? A lot of this can be consolidated if you're taking the right steps. When's the last time you truly did do an audit of your team? We do this regularly with our team. I've done this in other organizations I've been a part of. It's not fun and it's not easy, but you really need to audit tasks, right? When's the last time you've actually grabbed a Word document out? Maybe you've done all your marketing hires and they've been in there for 3-4 years, several months. But how often are you actually revisiting the tasks that were allocated to them in the beginning and the tasks that are a necessity nowadays, right? What am I doing now that I need to be doing, but maybe I don't actually have it documented out? And maybe I have overhead in areas that I can reallocate or reshift with less bodies, but more impactful employees, right? Or, whatever the alternative solution to that is. But being able to consolidate and actually audit and go in and break down everything that we're doing. I revisit our marketing plan weekly. I don't just write a marketing plan, right? As chief marketing officer of Active Blogs, I don't just go and look at my marketing plan, put it together at the beginning of the year, and then slap it together and say, hey, this is great. Every single week, I'm revisiting the numbers, the metrics, the software that's attached to that, the team and the staff that are implementing different areas. And I'm constantly auditing so that I can improve and, number one, be faster, better, stronger, more efficient at what I'm doing, and also cut costs and make the business more profitable, right? Businesses are not there are nonprofit companies, but businesses are not a charity. They're there to be profitable at the end of the day. Okay. And so, another area where there's a lot of overhead happening is this over reliance on many number of contractors. So I've actually stepped in with our company at Active Blogs. We write blogs, we do newsletters, we do social videos, client testimonial videos, basically everything B2B content our company does for our clients. And I've stepped into many clients' organizations before they started working with us. And they've had a videographer on staff, and then they had several writers on staff, and then they had multiple designers on staff, and they've had multiple editors on staff. And they're like, let's say they're like an IT company with, 100 employees, and a good chunk of that is also in the marketing department, or they're maybe only a couple $100 million a year company. And they've got all this bloated overhead to create something simple like just our content. So they're spending 15, 20, 30, 40 grand a month just on all the different bodies needed to produce content, which brings me to my last point as well. Are you actually vetting and sourcing the right vendors? So my intention is not to threaten jobs, by the way. Like if you're a fantastic employee and you're crushing it and you're over accomplishing and over delivering, then that's one thing. But if you're a leader and you're looking at the bottom line, you're looking at the efficiencies in your marketing department and in your company, you know that there's some areas that got to go. And it's unfortunate, but it's going to serve all of you better because a lot of employees, too, who are in certain positions, just because you're keeping them there as a body, they could be moving into another company with much bigger opportunity for them, much bigger potential. And it happens sometimes where you just don't have a fit for people in the role changes, right? The role changes, the avenue, the projects you're working on changes, and then they've grown out of that position. And so you also cannot do the disservice of your employees by hanging on to them too long when they can go off and do bigger and better things. So vendors are a fantastic, especially in the world we live in. You have access to unlimited amounts of information, specialty vendors, niche vendors, experts. Why are you not tapping into that? I'll give you an example. So I talked about our clients, some of them who I've stepped in and their overhead in their contractor and their marketing staff is like 15, 20, 50 grand a month. And then they find out what we do, and we're scalable, and we're already trained and prepared for the industry, and we can jump in, plug and play, and get your content done without having to, bring us on like a normal employee. Now we can do more because we employ all the bodies in order to get those content marketing tasks done. And we're able to take those costs from exuberant amounts down to a fraction of that, right? Like we have some programs that are $5,000 a month and kind of vary from there, which is peanuts compared to a number of the other vendors out there and also a number of the other avenues that you might take. So these are just some ideas. There's many number. I'm curious to hear from you too. Like, how else would you explode your marketing with less employees? We live in this big contractor world now, and there's a lot of different vendor opportunities. Obviously, you have to find the right one, find a vendor that's not doing sketchy stuff. They're experienced, right? One reason clients trust us, we've been doing this for 20 years, and with large Fortune 500 companies and with small companies with one person on their marketing department. But instead of them having to go and hire up 10, 15, 20, 30 more people into their marketing department, they invest the price of basically one or two more staff members and get 10, 20 times the amount of production and work just by making that little pivot, right? So maybe even a mindset change is something that's necessary here. So with that, guys, hope you enjoyed my thoughts. Connor's Curiosities here to talk to you about marketing, B2B sales, B2B marketing, business development strategy. And you'll find often too, I got guest interviews coming your way as well. I've got a whole lineup. I know been kind of behind on guest interviews, but believe me, I've got some phenomenal guests, business celebrities, mentors, those that you look up to, that you study, to come on for free and share this information with you. And if you want to meet these folks, you want to meet me, you want to connect with others in our network, maybe you want to mastermind, network, and mentor on B2B marketing, then I highly recommend you check out our free marketing mastermind. It's B2B Mentors Marketing Mastermind. It's a live event. I put it on every other Thursday. And so you're invited. If you're watching this, you like what I have to say, you want to, if you go to my LinkedIn profile, you can literally see business celebrities, or go to this landing page and you can see business celebrities, well-known marketers that we're connected up with. I want to introduce them to you. I want them to meet you so that you can do business together, learn from one another, and build real relationships that actually turn into something. Okay. So make sure you check that out. The mastermind, our next session is on, what day is it? Next session is on February 24th. I appreciate you watching, my friends. Much love to you. Happy Monday. Hope you come out with a bang this week. Let's get some mindset, shifts going. Let's pivot our strategies and let's really focus in, right? This year, 2022, is not about how much we can add to our plate. With all the noise, distraction, everything going on, it's really about what we can remove from our plate. So I appreciate you guys. Go subscribe. If you're on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you on the other side.